All right, let's make sure this is good. All right, this seems to be doing good. Gotta send out a message. Letting people know it's live. How do I do that? There's one. Trying to invite some friends to join me in chat. And how do I share it from Twitch? I don't think I can. Need the player to run. That's just going to hurt things. There it is. Okay. Everything seems to be up and running. And I'm not sure who's watching me, but thank you for joining me. Just going to close out my web browser here. plan actually to go off this way, because I do believe that's north, and I want to head south to a lower terrain, better climate, and hopefully flatter land. Before I go, I should probably give my wheels a speed limit. Kilometers per hour. I don't want to go any more than, say, 20 meters per second. I wish that when I was in a vehicle, the speed down there would change from meters per second to kilometers per hour or miles per hour or something that tied into the rest of the... Ooh. This doesn't seem like it's going to be very good. On the headlights at least. Gold and silver, that's good. We don't have any ice here, though, and that's the problem. Jeez. Try not to crash our ship. Does not look good. A lot of crags. We gotta miss the crags. I could use the thrusters to get over all of this and get to the other side of this valley, but I may need them for worse terrain. I'm trying not to use them until I have to. Can the survival kit make canvas? Because worst case scenario, if I have to fall off a cliff, I would like my parachute to save me. Okay, let's see. Can it make... It cannot make canvas. Oh, that's a bummer. Alright. Let's just come in here and grab all the thrusters and put them in a group. Where are my thrusters at? There they are. We are going to add all the thrusters to, and we're going to make sure gyro is on. Good. I don't see a way past this. I wanted to save these for later, but I don't see a way past it. have scripts enabled, I probably should have just installed the script and put these these thrusters on rotors so I could use them to steer. But you defeat the purpose. Get over there, I'll probably be fine. Come on, raise up a little bit. Don't want to be going 30 meters per second when I hit this grass here. Definitely don't want to be going 30 meters per second sideways. Oh, shoot. Gonna get this to flip over. Oh, that's bad. Come on. Come on, flip. Flip. No, no. Damn it. Oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're safe. Let's go up to some flatter land. Ah, we're alive. I thought for sure I was gonna fight it there. Actually, I kind of did several times. So it doesn't look like we're in a very good spot here. Darn it. Alright. Zoom this out more. Almost at the top, though. Alright. Zoom this back in. Trying not to our vehicle again. That was more excitement than I wanted. And I think I'm just going to have to use thrusters again, which I don't want to do. Forward. That's really craggy there. Why going sideways so much? Ooh, green grass. I like green grass. And we're going to hit a tree. Thank you, tree, for your sacrifice. Turn off the thrusters. Oh, that's better. And we've made it a whole 3.5 kilometers. Oh, record-setting pace there. Really hoping to find some water and some better resources, because all that was available to me where I was is stone. I didn't even see any boulders. And I'm hoping the only water I find is not in the bottom of a valley. In fact, given the fun we just had, I think I'm going to try and avoid water in the bottom of a valley. Ooh, there was a crag there. Okay. Silicon. Silicon is good. Magnesium. We need weapons. Nickel. Can't process those right now, so we're not going to dig any up right now. Now I'm just hoping I'm going in the right direction. Mostly right direction. That land looks good and flat. Definitely better than sitting on the side of a mountain like we are. Oh, we just got to try to figure out how to get down there. Oh, and there's water. Man. This is not going to be a safe trip, is it? Stop with... Why are you accelerating so much? Why are you not lifting up? Come on. Come on, lift up. Lift up. Slow down. There we go. Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. Even if it was a crap landing like that. And that was crap. Oh, gotta love the weather. Zoom out. Looks like there might be a safe spot down there. Doesn't look too awful. Not a big fan of all this rain. Not sure how long that's going to last. That does not look like a good spot to go. Can't really tell though. Right? Just gotta get to the water. Gotta get to the water and try not to crash my ship. Now we're going to look around the perimeter of this lake and see if there's a good spot to come up out of the lake and explore. We can find a good way to get ores and other resources from the lake. If it is going to have a good spot to get up to decent land to drive around on, because we've got a car right now, then this will be our home. If it's not a good lake for getting out of in a car and working from within a car, then we'll probably go and look for another lake after we get some ice. Actually doesn't look too bad over there. Oh, thank you. And hello to you too. Got some nice resources here on the lake. Got magnesium, nickel, ice. Of course we have ice. Thought I saw another one. Silicon. Those are all good. You can get iron from stone pretty easily if we've got the other resources available. Now, if we find cobalt under the ice, we're done. We stop right here, and this is where we'll set up shop. Yeah, this rework, I actually did build this in the video that I put up last night. I show how it was built. I assume you don't need a Space Engineer's Guide series, though. Yeah, no, I know that they usually tend to be close to iron, but here, let me make sure that my ore detector's actually turned up in range. Yeah, it's at 50 meters. I'm running a full vanilla, and I'm actually doing a guide series, and this is me trying to find a place to set up shop in the guide series. It's entirely vanilla. All the standard settings, so 3x character inventory and realistic block inventory, so kind of annoying. But I'll be honest, I'm actually kind of enjoying the challenge that it's been presenting. I haven't worked in the... Yeah, I haven't... Right, and I've actually been enjoying the fact that it's rather... have iron. Good. I've actually been enjoying the challenge of using the limited inventory. Have iron. See, now, used to be you would be able to see if there was cobalt from the drop pod. And I'm not seeing cobalt, I'm seeing iron. Oh wait, what was that? Yeah, I tend to try and stick to just quality of life stuff. That's what I prefer to run. One of the things I do like to run that is kind of cheaty, if I'm being honest, is the resource nodes. And the reason for that is strictly because when I'm working full-time, which I'm not right now, I'm currently unemployed, unfortunately, I don't have time to go out and do all the mining I'd like to do. So it's kind of just a nice helpful hand. Oh, resource nodes, if you're going to see my... No, you're not. Let me turn on Steam. Yeah, I've liked Pam for drone miners. Here, let me see if this is going to pull up here. I can't tell if you're able to see my Steam or not. Looks like it. Resource nodes right here. You find an ore deposit and you can place this down and it see, now I've been trying to look at that, but it looked like all of it needed scripting, which I'm trying to avoid. But yeah, this mod right here, resource nodes, it's kind of cheaty, but it's a static drill. You place it in the ground, and you have to place it over top of an existing resource. So you have to place it on iron to get iron. So it's not like you don't have to go out and find resources. It just mines resources for you. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. All right, so I was just asking, um, trying to ask anyways, are any of those AI block miners on the Steam Workshop? And oh, and also I got excited because I found cobalt over there. Cobalt is nice. Hmm. All right, well, I'll have to look on YouTube then. Magnesium. I got basically all my wishes granted except for silver and gold. I'd like to find some silver so I can... I'm just going to mark this here. Magnesium's over this way. Can you tell me which YouTube creator it was, or no? If it's a hassle, don't worry about it. I was just curious if you remembered. More silicon and magnesium. And don't get me wrong, I like both of those. Silicon, magnesium, nickel, which is what you would expect to see together. Finding gold is going to be a real pain, though. Hopefully I'll be able to click on that later. I'm afraid if I click on it now, it's going to mess up the stream. Alright, so I'm fairly happy with this. I'm going to have to go out and find silver, though. I mean, I'd like to find gold too, but I need at least silver so I can build a med bay and a cryo chamber. Yeah, well, you should. I was messing with the AI blocks, and they're actually really cool. I need to do a video on the assault block, focusing on exactly how to use that and what it's best for, as well as the basic tasks block, because the basic tasks block, there's actually more to it than what I mentioned in the first video, but the basic tasks block is actually pretty cool. It's the way I describe it in my short little recap was the flight block is the ensign. It's like the Wesley Crusher of the blocks, and then the rest of them are all captains. But it's not even really that simple. It's like there's a hierarchy. So if we nope, park. Don't want to go rolling down a hill. Okay. If we open these up here, the move block takes direction from any of these. The defense block and the offensive block, they're both like captain tier level 1. They can override either of these. So the defense block will take control, and basically it says run away and the ship listens. The offensive block, it says attack and the ship listens. Whereas the basic tasks, you can tell it to fly a path. You can tell it to stick around your beacon. You can tell it to stick around you so you can make a drone that follows you. So you to use this basic task block to make a drone that follows behind you and just has a ton of inventory and a gun on it. So you throw the AI task block on there, you tell it to follow me. You throw the basic the offensive block on there as well and tell it to protect you, and then you throw the flight on there. And for most of the time the basic task will keep this thing just right around you. But anytime the offensive block sees a threat, it'll take control from the basic tasks block and go and attack that target to keep you safe. You can basically make a watchdog that follows behind you while you're running around. Or a drone that just circles your ship while you're flying through space and then takes off towards an enemy to give you time to jump out of there. Kind of nice. And the recorder block, it's just a nice way to record a path. You can give it a flight path similar to the way you would with the remote control block in the past. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm not seeing any discolorations in the ground. Probably should have my graphics down so I don't have so much grass to see through when I'm looking for dark spots. Well, that's nice and flat and beautiful over there, isn't it? Bet it's on the other side of I don't know, canyon? Pardon me. I don't have a mute button. Oh, there's flying. It just uses up too much battery. I'd rather not use the battery too much until I have a bit of a base setup where I can charge the battery on here. When I turn those thrusters on, it goes down to, let me think, I think it was 30 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes of flight time. So, yeah, you can fly. It's a bit tricky, but you can fly in it. I was going to rework these, but if I'm going to do a survival guide type series, I'm doing it for people who are new to the game, and I don't want to inundate them with too much math and I don't know, too much logic right out the gate. Make a car, drive the car. I did use the thrusters to be able to get here though, because there was just too much of a crag to get over. I actually rolled the vehicle several times, which surprisingly enough does not appear to have left too much damage. A bit, but not too much. We're gonna park right here. Am I seeing any dark spots? I'm not even seeing any dark spots around here. I'm going to have to turn my graphics down to be able to see dark spots, aren't I? Oh, I see some down there, I think. But there's got to be more before that. Alright, let's turn the graphics down a bit, which I loathe to do. Wrong one. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. It's so flat and plain. And I'm still not seeing any dark spots. Oh. Yes. No, oh, nope. There's some dark spots behind me. Scroll our mouse wheel back in. Gotta go over by those trees. Also have to turn the graphics back up, because that's really bad. Okay, I lost track of where I was going. Yeah, right there. Hopefully, if I'm really lucky, this will show up as either... Nope, I'm not lucky. We've got iron. Means we probably have cobalt too. Yeah, cobalt. Alright. I'm just gonna have to build a flying ship. An actual flying ship to go find cobalt. Or to go find gold. Yeah, but it's not often, but it... Unfortunately, this time we found cobalt with it, so... Yeah, and if it was, if I was sitting there and I was going through the... or driving over it and I didn't see anything except iron, I would have probably marked it, dig down further, because, yeah, there's usually a cluster of 3. There's always 2, but I saw iron and cobalt. I've never seen iron and cobalt and seen any gold and silver with it. So we're going to hopefully find our way down to the ice. Without crashing. And then we're going to turn our... Whoa, going way too fast there. Now we're going way too slow. I think I'm fixing to just give up on trying to find... There's cobalt again. I am taking the wrong route. Let's go back. Back up the hill. That is not the way home. Oops. Tree. I know there's a better way down. I just gotta find it. Okay, so it's over there. We'll head over that way. At least we're on the same side of the planet as the moon, because the last few playthroughs I've been through, I've been on the other side of the planet from the moon. Which is fine, I mean, not that bad. It's just makes your flight in space a whole lot longer. Well, I'm gonna try this valley right here. Gully. I'm gonna try and travel this all the way down to the ice. Pulling back on the throttle the whole way down. Oh, good. Here we go. Now, I do like to set up shop on the ice because I think me and most other people, I think, like to set up shop on the ice. Normally, I like to set up in the side of a cliff face on the ice because I like to dig into the mountain because of threats. Makes it easier to get set up. For now, I'm thinking right here looks really good. I thought about turning off jetpacks entirely. I've played without jetpacks several times, and I really like the challenge of no jetpacks on planets. But I just couldn't see it working with a... That's not true. They said that they did not know if that was a planned feature. What they did say, and I shared that tweet on my Twitter and on my Facebook page. What they said was that they were planning on having watertight stone, and then Splitsy asked the developer if they were planning on using the watertight physics so that you could have airtight stone. The guy's response was that it was not planned, not that it wasn't in the list of things that might happen, but that it wasn't planned. And I hope they do make that and put it into the plan, because I think airtight stone would be awesome. I mean, realistically, it's stone. It should be at least semi-airtight. Maybe your air supply drains more quickly than it does in a building. Yeah, exactly. That would be beautiful. I would love that. Um, Actually, honestly though, if it never worked on asteroids, I would actually be okay with that, because asteroids are actually, they're like groupings of gravel. They're not really solid. Um, my daughter just walked up and asked me about the bag in the backyard. Oh, that bag. Yes. Some fashion. I pulled it out. I didn't make it to the can yet. Yeah. No, that's. Yeah, I'm aware. Someone just, one of the people from the apartments walking their dogs left their bag of trash behind the tree line. Nothing major. Just got to clean it up. Yeah, we live in a I want to call it a condo, but it's not really a good descriptor of it. It's a really nice place. And I have one of the best places on the lot. Got trees behind us, a nice big tree line. But we live next to an apartment complex, and the people from the apartment complex, a bunch of them have dogs, and they walk it. They walk their dogs just behind the tree line behind me, and I wind up having to clean up after them a few times. All right, so I mean, I'm very tempted that since I'm here at ICE, just cheating it, pulling out my hand drill, and loading up my hydrogen bottle. Scrap metal. Where did I get scrap metal? Throw it into the medium cargo container. I thought I put my data pad in there. So yeah, this actually has a nice medium cargo container right there. It's really nice to have because I wanted to transport everything that I had dug up. But it did make the rover a bit longer. Isn't necessarily a bad thing. It also made it really hard to fly the thing. Because, yeah, it takes more thrust. But it's not too bad. Grab my hydrogen bottle back out. See if I fly up here. Not really seeing any spots in the mountain either. See some over that way. Alright, yeah, I'm going to have to build a flying ship to go find silver and gold. That's just going to have to be a goal of mine. And I'm going to have to put a large grid ore detector on it. Which is annoying. Not going to lie. Anyways, yeah, airtightness in the stone of an asteroid base, I would understand them not turning that on because in reality asteroids they're basically like big old gravel piles floating around in space. Mostly, from what I understand. They're just not as solid. At least most of them. That was what I heard from, I don't remember. It was a few different documentaries and Q&A sessions with scientists, astronomers, whatever. So I would understand that. But that being said, we should be able to go to Mars and we should be able to go to any of the planets really, including the moon, and we should be able to build a base in the stone there and have it go airtight. Or at least mostly airtight. At least let the air seep out slowly. You know? But I guess, you know, it's just going to be whatever they give us, and I'll be happy with it. I can't wait for the new engine. I'm pretty sure it's going to drop as Space Engineers 2 because Keen would be stupid business-wise to not do that. And I'll buy it. I will drop money on it the day it drops, as soon as pre-orders are available. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't think Space Engineers 1 is going to die though when that happens. I think there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to drop money on it. And the original Space Engineers will keep going for quite a bit of time. Alright. So I need to build at least a small start area right here. And I think before I do that, I'm going to switch my microphone over to my headset. It really has. And I'm sorry for the quality of the mic. The headset has a much lower quality mic, but I am a smoker, and I can't smoke in front of my computer. So I'm taking a bit of a break, and I'm taking you with me. All the chat comes through my headset, so feel free to keep talking. I exchanged it into vaping, which I would be doing at my computer, but I was still ramping down my nicotine intake. Sad story time. Sorry. I was at the hospital. My father was on his deathbed, and I couldn't drive out and buy a vape. And I ran out. And I had been not smoking cigarettes for over a year. And I picked cigarettes back up because it was extremely stressful and I wasn't off the nicotine cravings. I had several family members who smoked, and I ran out of my vape and they offered me a smoke. It was a bad decision on my part to accept, but here's where we are. And rolling cigarettes is cheaper than vaping, so it's been hard to convince myself to switch back to it. I just went out in the garage, rolled a cigarette, and I'm standing in the backyard looking at birds right now. And squirrels. Got a red-headed woodpecker, actually 2 red-headed woodpeckers, and some robins. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. And I'm being sincere when I say that. I'm not doing that normal smoker pandering, congrats for you, leave me alone about it. I really mean it. Congratulations. And one of these days I will quit. But I'll be honest, I started smoking when I was 8 years old, and I actually just like smoking. That's probably why I'm having such a hard time with it. I know I should, and I want to for health reasons, but I still enjoy doing it. Forty 43, gonna be 44 this year. And been smoking since I was 8. I grew up in the boonies. You have booze and cigarettes, and that's pretty much it. And then you get old enough to where you have cars, and then you have booze, cigarettes, and cars, and those don't mix well, by the way. Booze and cars, don't mix them. It's a bad idea. Yeah. It's a bad habit. It's a nasty habit. I'm just glad that I was able to force myself to quit smoking in the house. For a long time there, I was like, it's my damn house, you ain't gonna make me stop. And then I realized I don't like my walls turning orange. It really helped that I got a garage with this house. I can smoke in the garage. That helps during the rain and the wind and the snow. I was able to kick alcohol like no tomorrow. I just, one day I started getting real sick and just dropped it. No, not standing under the kitchen fan. That doesn't actually work. The kitchen fan blows the smoke both in and out. It kind of splits it. That's what the vents in the front are. And so I don't use that method.
You're better off just sitting by a window. That almost looks like a mockingbird, but I don't know what it is. I love the birds. But it's chilly, so I'm going back inside. Michigan's not exactly warm right now. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to switch my mic over to the good mic. My closest neighbor was about a mile away. But I had, down the road from me was one of those direction signs like you see in the old Looney Tunes cartoons, where it says, that town is 50 miles that way, this town is 60 miles that way. So that's where I grew up, way out in the boonies. The nearest village was 10-minute drive from me. There was two villages within a 10-minute drive. It was 30 minutes to get to the city. It wasn't as rural as if you went out to like Kansas, where you've got a 30-minute drive to your nearest neighbor. No, it wasn't like that. It's Michigan, so it's a long drive, but it's not like that. I'm gonna switch back to the better mic.
Okay, that should be better now. I love my Logitech headset. It's wireless. I can go all over the house and talk on it. But yeah, exactly. I live in the where I live. It's technically a town. It's around a lake, and it's too much city for me. We actually have a nice shopping strip, which is my girlfriend loves that shopping strip. She likes to walk down there and visit all the stores. I am not a huge fan, and I got to turn the volume back up using that mic. But she's she likes window shopping. I do like that there are bicycle trails within a decent distance of me, though, because I like riding my bicycle, and I'm not 20 years old anymore. Mountain biking is a bit difficult for me. Alright, let's turn the graphics back up because I like the graphics being better. Turn it back to high. Yeah, that's better. I have grass again. Howdy. And I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Howdy, Zoxter. Oh. I have to kill him with my grinder. Actually, I got 5 shots left. Let's use them. Free resources. Ooh, large steel tubes. I can't make those yet. I'll take it. Are there any more wolves around? That's the end of the ammo for me, so I really need that magnesium. You know, I'm not a big mushroom fan, but I will say puffballs are delicious. It took too long. It's starting to... Sun's starting to set. Just need to get some basic production up and running. Wild boar is delicious. So, Zoxter, I am talking to Witchy Wish on Twitch right now. In case you're wondering who it is I'm talking to. And he said, wild mushrooms with wild boar is so nice. I have interior plates. I do not have interior plates made. Go ahead and just do up 10 of those so I can get things placed. Seven should be enough to get started. Thank you, Witchy Witch, but the voices shouldn't be coming through on the stream. If they are, please let me know. I do have my Restream app, and that's why I started using Restream, actually, is because they have a nice chat app that will read the chat to me, so I don't miss it. That'll work. Okay, let's see if we can pull everything we need. Okay, so now there is nobody in Discord. Or in Twitch. Oh no, you're still in Twitch too, aren't you? Should have enough iron for this. Get at least one of these up and running. Need the girders to be moved up to the list. I'm sorry. And production with the survival kit is slow. Oh, that's just moved. Is there a wolf running into the... Nope. I have girders now. I should be able to get one of those up and running. There we go. That's a good place to start. I'm just going to cancel all of this. Go put the resources I have into There we go. Should be able to move everything to the basic assembler now if I just build the basic assembler up. Steel plates and displays. Construction. Can't wait to have production be a little bit quicker. Did it go back to... get rid of this. Just make the steel plates. Maybe I can finish up one of these now. Yep. That's good. Ooh, bad. Need to get some health after that. Hate to get bit by a wolf a couple times after taking a little bit of damage. Well, we got the steel plates we need. Just need construction components. So we got 30 construction components to wait for. Good thing it's super fast. One of the things we're also going to do is we're going to build a battery on here. Because, you know, just a good idea. There it is. Add that to build planner 2. I think we've got everything we need. No, we need the display still. Oh, we don't. Yeah, we're good. We've got the basic assembler now. All components put into production. Now let's just grab all the resources out. Running low on things. Production is quite a bit quicker now. Like to get 3 of these up and running. What are you building? to them now. Shouldn't be an issue now of wind. I usually like to do base ships. You should see the, normally I like to play with the quality of life mods. One of them I really like is the small grid basics. I can't remember the name of it right now. Because I like to build the small ship mobile base. And that particular quality of life mod allows you to put a basic refinery and a basic assembler onto a small grid ship, which is really nice. Almost done. Almost done. No, it's a basic refinery, not a large refinery. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I've got a bit of a mod pack built together that I use. Let's see. AQD small grid expansion. Let me pop it into chat here. There we go. That should have sent out to all of them, I think. It didn't send to Twitch, but it sent to the rest. Oh no, it says something went wrong. Okay. There we go. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that. Sounds like it's done. Have my battery sucking up power here now. Alright, so yeah, I sent you a link to... Yeah, it's really good quality. There was one before that, and I liked that one better because the basic refinery and the basic assembler were basically the same size as the large grid variants, but they were made for the large small grid connections, and it just felt better to me, more balanced. Yes, it's a very limited jump drive. Very limited. It's nice because it'll take you like 10 kilometers in the blink of an eye, 15 kilometers in the blink of an eye, but it's not super strong. You're not going to take your small grid ship to Mars with it. I mean, I guess you could, but it'd be a long trip. Alright. Battery's done, so I need to take that off my build planner. All the wind turbines are done. Build up the basic refinery so I can actually make so I can actually get some more resources from the stone. Okay, never mind. I guess I won't. I'm out of iron. I 100% agree. And unfortunately, I don't have any more resources. That's a bummer. I'm going to have to dig up some stone. Because this is my survival guide series world, I'm not going to go and look at the resource nodes yet. I need to explain all of that because it's a guide series. Where do I want to dig down at? I'm trying to think where I'm happy with putting a hole, and there's really no place where I'm happy with putting a hole in the ground right now. Yeah, I'm starting to run low on battery on this, so it's a good thing I'm getting that up and running. I'm gonna head over here to this mountain and dig into the face. Once I've got all this built, I'll pull open my playthrough series that I'm doing. I was editing season 3, and I was going to turn that into kind of a guide series, but it's just too modded. So I started up a new world to do the guide series. Unfortunately, that means I need to go back and redo my landing on Mars. Tell you what, running vanilla, this one thing I do miss is the ore pickup. Automatic ore pickup. I love that mod.
Inventory full.
That is such a nice mod. Oh, lost some more. I can live without it, but man, it's a wonderful thing. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen any boulders yet. My thoughts are that seems like way too much. 2,000 iron? Really take 2,000 iron to make a... Does it really take 1,000 iron to make a basic refinery?
Inventory full.
How much iron do I have, actually? That's it. That's all the iron I have. Annoying.
Inventory full.
Alright, let's check on production. Alright, let's get rid of this 119. Let's get rid of those. And let's get rid of the construction. Let's just focus on getting one completed basic refinery. Man, this is slow going.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Ooh, bit of lag. There's probably wolves coming. Making good progress. I'm going to hope that we have enough stone, and I'm just going to do 1 or 2 more trips.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
There's a mod on the on the workshop that I'm not implementing it here, but it basically just makes Karen shut up. You don't hear inventory full. I didn't realize how much I would love that mod.
Inventory full.
Alright, let's check the inventory. We have 4.63k stone. And we only have a need for 400 iron. I think we have enough. Oh, turn the lights off. Only have 2 hours of battery left. I need to turn the lights off. Oh, I only need steel plates now. That's awesome. And more steel plates and I'll be up and running. What? Burned through all that stone already, did it? Son of a biscuit. Guess I'm not done. Right. Getting back to the hole in the ground. I was wrong. I should have marked that spot. There it is.
Inventory full.
There we go. Oh, my cat found the cat scratcher. At least I hope that's a cat scratcher and not the carpet.
Inventory full.
Check on our production. See if we actually have everything. Can't see us not having everything at this point. Okay, apparently I'm wrong. We're a little bit shy. Hopefully we're not shy on stone, though. We need to make 7 more steel plates. Let's hope we don't run out. $1.62. Alright, we'll do a few more loads of stone.
Inventory full.
Alright, well this is looking good. Alright, we have everything we need to get the basic refinery up and running. Which is where I wanted to be to start the next episode. So, let's head back over. And get the basic refinery up and running. How long have I been streaming anyways? About 2 hours. Not too bad. All right. There we go. We have the basic refinery now. You know what? I take no responsibility for you neglecting your tea. I also am just going to give you nothing but sympathy because my coffee is cold. All right. It is time for more coffee.
All right. Sorry for the bad mic, but I can't take you with me if I don't switch it to the headset. Enough time that my coffee pot actually turned off. Amen to that. Wow, I didn't even realize that my daughter was over here cleaning the kitchen while I was streaming. I'm going to have to thank her and tell her she did a really good job. Because she did. And she did it quietly. Which is amazing. So, in case you didn't notice, we're taking a brief intermission, which for me means I'm getting coffee and a cigarette. Bad habit. If you don't do it, don't start. If you do it, you should try to quit. And I am not stepping out in the backyard because I will scare the bunny rabbits away. So I guess I'm smoking in the garage. It is so nice to be able to live in town and see wildlife. Last few places I've lived at, I couldn't see wildlife at all. The only wildlife I ever saw was the occasional possum or raccoon that was trying to get in people's trash cans, and birds. There was rats too, but the rats stayed hidden. Now I get to see rabbits and squirrels and birds and muskrats. Muskrats are not the same as rats. I think I've even seen a beaver. I thought it was a beaver came up out of the river. I haven't seen any deer in my backyard. I've seen signs of them walking through my backyard, but I haven't seen any actual deer yet. They must go through in the middle of the night. I've seen signs of neighborhood children going through my yard. I've seen neighborhood children going through my yard. Usually they're trying to get to the fire line behind the line of trees. I think they go back there and do teenager mischief. Which I won't mention because bringing those things up on YouTube would probably get me in trouble. But we were all teenagers once. Eh? Same. I moved to find work. This is the first place I've moved to that was actually semi-rural. And I say semi because there's a window shopping district. But where I'm at, I have the woods behind me, and I can forget the rest of the towns there. So it's kind of the best of both worlds where I'm at right now. I get to look out my back window and see wilderness. I have to put up with the occasional train, but that's fine. And I have a grocery store 2 minutes away. 3 if I catch the one stoplight. So I'm very happy with where I'm at. I have no complaints, and I wish for you the same kind of setup. Someplace where you can be happy and call home. Well, maybe not the same setup. Maybe your ideal setup is out in the boonies, actually. That's probably mine too. Nearest neighbor 50 miles away. Nothing but woods between you and them. pick up your boomstick during hunting season and get yourself some wild game. Where I grew up, we actually had a really good sized pond that we could go fishing in. So we had freshwater fish and wild game that we ate all the time. I miss that. I didn't realize how good we had it when we only had 2 pennies to rub together. That pot of stew just sitting on the wood stove for a week at a time, keep adding to it. Oh, that was the best stew in the world. I haven't even had a wood stove since I was a kid. Of course, trade-off, I haven't had to haul lumber since I was a kid. Or sorry, firewood. And I don't miss hauling firewood. I miss cutting firewood. I don't miss hauling the firewood. Cutting firewood is great. I love splitting wood. It's a fun task. Just get into the rhythm, get lost in your thoughts. Before you know it, you're through an entire cord of firewood. Fortunately, I live in Michigan where nothing's trying to kill me, so I was not. Yes, I agree with you there. Um, the sitting in front of a fire on a cold evening is worth all of the work. But fortunately, I live in Michigan where I could cut firewood and I could just get lost in the task of cutting firewood. I didn't have to worry about any animals that want to kill me here. We have one venomous spider that's not too bad, and we have one venomous snake, but they're rare. And that's it. That's the sum total of everything that wants to kill me in southern Michigan. Not even the coyotes want to kill you. The coyotes will avoid humans unless it's small children. And they're starving. Just surprised my cat by walking in the door. He was about to jump up onto a bookshelf he doesn't belong in. Hi, Cody. Welcome home. My son just got home. He was out visiting a friend. Other people are the most dangerous animal in the world. I don't think anybody's going to argue that.
But some of the best animals in the world is also other people. And I try to focus on that. Alright, so I think I'm actually set on this world. Do you want to see the small grid ship I built? The small grid mobile base? Alright, I will go to the last episode of Season 2, Saved World, and I'll pull that up. I'm floating over Mars in the hiccup truck. Because it's just a pickup truck to haul my small grid base. It's basically just a jump ship that I parked the base, the mobile base on. In this world, I actually have quite a few mods. I have the small grid basic refinery, small grid jump drive, and I also have the eat, drink, sleep, repeat mod. I have no jetpacks on planets. Yes, it is hiccup truck. You did hear that right. It was a joke between me and a buddy of mine. He called me a hick, so it's the hiccup truck. So yeah, Ozymandias, he's a good guy. It looks like it's loading. It actually looks more like I forget the name of those inflatable boats that you see the Navy SEALs using. But it actually looks like one of those. It's going to take a minute for everything to load. This is something that bugs me. This airlock up here is constantly drawing air. Even though it's turned off, it's trying to depressurize this room. You need to toggle it back on and then off, and then it'll stop trying to depressurize the room. I'm going to wait for the graphics to load a bit, because everything looks still low graphics quality, and it's running kind of slow. Pretty sure these are actually finished, too. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to wait for graphics to load. There we go. That looks better. Trigger the airlock. Pressurize. There we go. Alright, so this is my small grid mobile base. And the laser antenna back there is just because I haven't removed it yet. It didn't work. There's too much obstructing it. But this is using scripts. I really like the airlock script. It checks to make sure that the room is pressurized before it opens a door. Or the room is depressurized before it opens a door. I'm rather happy with the way this ship turned out. Got a nice little living area here. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Yes, shameless promotions. Got a kitchen here so I can actually cook the food I need to eat. And if we walk back here to the engineering room. Ooh, it's actually a really good idea. I like that. It does have a nice stockpile option, so you can see it stockpiles. It stockpiles all of the resources for me, and it stockpiles the fuel. So if I land on a base, I can come back here and hit the stockpile fuel, and it will stockpile ice and uranium for me, sucking ice and uranium out of whatever base I land on. Same thing for the iron and whatnot, other resources. And then we've got the basic assembler, basic refinery. We've got the drill and fill system, so I can actually do some drilling with this ship. There's a few bobs buried in the wall back there. And we have the jump drive right here. which isn't very strong, but it works. And then we have the gravity generator, so we actually have gravity on this little ship. And the gravity generator and the assembler and refinery are what I wanted. I know, there's a mod out there that gives you the small block cryopod for large grid. I haven't used it yet, though. But one of the things I really like, especially for making living quarters, is these little beds. These are added by Modern Beds V2. And they're just like the beds you would get in vanilla. The bed you get in vanilla if you have the DLC. Except they're also a cryopod. So they're just like sitting in a cryopod, and they just look better in a living condition area. Because you're not crawling into a cryopod and being frozen, you're actually just going to bed. But yeah, I mean, I'm rather happy with this. I really like this little ship. It's a lot of fun. And I really like this thing right here. I don't know what music I have on it. I think I might just have vanilla music on it. But it's a small grid jukebox. And it's a really stupid thing to like, but I love it. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with the way this ship turned out. It's also available on the workshop if you wanted to look at it. Why'd I go out this one? And the hiccup truck is the thing that we're docked onto right now. Just wait for this to open up. The only problem I have with this airlock script is if you're in a situation where you can't actually empty the airlock because there was no room to put an oxygen tank in here, so it's just hooked up to the ship oxygen, it takes a minute for it to open. But yeah, this is the hiccup truck, and it was basically just built around my small grid ship to be able to carry it. It will never land on a planet, won't even land on the moon. And we can go below deck. It's actually airtight in the below deck area. And I'm actually, this airlock is here mainly for aesthetic reasons. I'm actually using some airtightness wonkiness based on these plates here, these panels. I believe it's not build vision, build info. So if we come in here and we look at the airtightness of a block, you can see those blue faces represent where airtightness is. And these plates here, the armored panels. Yeah, the panels and the windows, they show up as airtight everywhere. So I'm cheating it to make sure that this always stays pressurized by adding that little plate there. And if we come back out above the deck, I'll show you. I would recommend getting the build info and using that. It's really nice. Now, which block is 7? You can see this panel here. This is the 45-degree slope. This one has no airtightness. This is the block I'm using underneath in the airlock system there. Or maybe it's this one. But yeah, it's really nice. And if you go and you look through the windows, it's the same thing. Let's see. Do I have windows on a bar? I do not. Let's just throw a window in there, a couple of windows in there. Okay, we'll grab this one, and this one. Actually, grab this one too. Why not? Okay, so like these round windows, they're just airtight all around. Which is kind of annoying. And I kind of wish this one had some airtightness. It would be nice if this had airtightness on 3 of the faces. But it doesn't. So, I mean, this one's airtight and it's even less. It's, you can see that that's not really much of a window, but it's airtight all the way around. And if you look at the 45-degree slope on the window, it's airtight everywhere. Let's go to these corners. And even the 1x2 corners, they're just airtight everywhere. So knowing all of this, you can actually build some really interesting shapes. I was doing a playthrough with some friends of mine, and I built my entire base out of 45-degree slope panels. It was airtight. I had no airlock on it. And I could just walk in and out any wall. The entire thing was airtight. And it was stupid. But yeah, this build info, or the build info? I think it's build info, is really handy. And it will tell you the orientation of the blocks too, which is really nice. But yeah, let's go back into the hiccup truck. That's fair. That's fair. You can see that I'm on the left-hand side of the ship right now, and you can see that this is nothing but jump drives down here. All the way along here. And it's the same on the other side. I've just got a bunch of jump drives everywhere. So the whole thing is built around jump drives. And it's built to just barely fit the ship up top. It is meant to be nothing more than just a pickup truck for hauling the other ship around. Kind of nice though. I really like the way it turned out. I don't usually build purpose-built haulers. This was my first attempt at it, and I actually had to call Ozzy for a hand because I just couldn't figure out how to make this thing look even halfway nice. And I'm not sure who it was who suggested the color scheme on here. I think it might have been Zoikster, but I'm not sure. It actually turned out looking pretty good. I like that idea. Right now, Ozzy and the rest of my friends are actually playing through on a modified version of Splitsy's new scenario with the junk collection. And if you get a chance to play that, I would suggest it. It seems like it's a lot of fun. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. But yeah, I'm real happy with this this whole setup here. Honestly. And I don't know if this hiccup truck is on the workshop or not. I guess I could check. Nope. Not. No. Not on the workshop. It would be in my blueprints if it was on the workshop. I'm actually looking forward to coming back to this series. See, I didn't really see it that way as building a wheeled base. Pertam is a bit harder, and I like the challenge of it. But I don't know if you watch the Garage Gamer on YouTube. I kind of like his approach. He didn't build a wheeled base, but he does have several really nice setups for getting out and getting stuff. He's got a really nice static base, though. I think that was the series he was working on last year. Pretty good. Of course, his wheeled vessel could have been a wheeled base, because go big or go home, which I kind of like that motto. Matter of fact, I'm just going to turn on creative because this is an old save. And I am going to bounce over to, let's see, entity list. I want large grids. Lots of resource nodes. Encounter haunted section? I don't know that one. Earth-like base. Huh. Not the Earth-like base. That's not what I'm looking for. Must be one of the static grids. I must have forgot to name it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. But that one would probably work. This? I don't know. This one will work. Okay, so this is my asteroid base. Come on. I want my jetpack. Oh, because I thought I teleported here. There we go. Now I'm controlling the player. Okay. So yeah, this is my asteroid base. And right there's where my small grid ship was parked. And I was going for a, what would people build if they were looking to feel like they were coming home? So blue ceilings with white accents. Got a little park in the center. Over there's the med bay, the cafeteria, a couple of large apartments. And if we head upstairs, we have basically what I've been referring to as the hostel. It's a barracks type room. And we're going to go back downstairs. Yeah, that's Ozzy's apartment. This one is mine. I really like these display images. Alright. And the airlock. In here is my production facility. And this just keeps an inventory of every single item in the game. So, one connector filled with every item in the game. Every component in the game. Except for the tools, because I turned those off. So right here we've got a 10,000 superconductors and 26,000 steel plates. Just keeps everything built for me, so basically when I'm building, it's like I'm building in creative mode even when I'm building in survival, because Bob just builds everything for me using the stockpile of more components than I'm going to need. And I have drones that go out and pick up all of the materials for me. Which is why we're going to Mars with nothing, because if I were to take my capabilities to another planet, there'd really be nothing to do there. Come up here and I'll show you the drone bay. Come on, next rung up. There we go. The only way to climb stairs. Sorry, ladders. Alright, so here's my drone bay. Come out this way. So yeah, there's my drones. One to go get cobalt for me, one to go get magnesium. So yeah, it just goes and grabs resources. Really like these drones. Right, which is what my thought was with the small grid mobile base. It's basically just a basic refinery and a basic assembler, and the ability to make food for the eat, drink, sleep, repeat mod. But I decided not to go that route. I'm going to drop in a drop pod and get my way back up to where I can pick up that ship. So right here is, so if I'm low on platinum or any of it, I can just hit this button and send them out, and I can check my volumes right now. So silver, I've got 321,000 silver. This says I only have 1k platinum, so I can just hit that button and send it out, and you'll see that drone just take off, which is kind of nice. And I'm low on uranium too. I'm down to 2.8 thousand uranium, so I'll send the uranium out once he's cleared the bay. I don't want him to crash. I really shouldn't be sending them out because it's an old save. It's it's already been changed. But it's kind of nice because those drones will just take off and go. And if I wanted to, I could go jump into one of those drones and fly along with it. What was I thinking? I'm using a very simple airlock system through most of this base. It's just a few timer blocks. But these drones here, I really like the way these drones turned out. They've got a fair bit of cargo in them. They've got the air tank with them as well, so I can just hop in here and I can fly one of these as if they're just a ship, which is really nice. So it's been completely programmed, but oh, need to get away before the connector reconnects though. Just a simple little ship that is also a drone. yeah, if one of these does happen to crash or something bad happens to it, each one of these programmed drones is stored to its own projector up there, and it'll just create a new one right there on that projector for me. So yeah, it's I like to make it so that I'm basically capable of doing whatever I want. And then I consider that portion of the playthrough done. And it's time to move on. And I'm pretty sure I'm at that point because I built the hiccup truck without having to worry about mining resources or anything really. And the only way to go down a long ladder. I have floors all the way up, and I was planning on doing something with them, but they just didn't seem worthwhile. You know, I thought about doing that. I really, really thought about adding more enemy. I have tried to build a gravity elevator. The problem I've run into is actually slowing myself down so I don't die at the end. And Zoxter, you're absolutely right, and I did plan on adding more enemy threat to the next season of that playthrough. Because I didn't realize when I was setting this all up, I am now friendly with the pirates. Go to factions, and we'll find spiders I am not friendly with. Okay, I'm not friendly. I'm neutral with the pirates. I have absolutely no threat from the pirates whatsoever. And that's all from killing wolves on the Earth-like planet. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I wonder if Wilson's still out here. Did I leave Wilson here? Or did I tear Wilson down? Take him with me. That's right. Wilson is in the drop pod I was going to use. Wilson is... Me and Ozzy got bored. So me and Ozzy got bored, so we built a gravity ball, dropped it in the middle of the floor, and we were calling it Wilson. And we were kicking it around and watching it float around the base and bounce off of things. Alright. Grinding pits and tugged. Yes. Yes. They wind up being free resources. I'm also using Oscrap. I'm using Oscrap and Oscrap I Found Your Crap on here because I wanted to get some of the resources back for the early portions of the gameplay. I wanted to have some resources coming back with it. But that hasn't been an issue. So I might actually take Oscrap I Found Your Crap. I might actually take that one out. Yeah, I kind of missed this base, though. This base was a lot of fun. I did have some more work I wanted to do to it. We come up here, I wanted it to look like a small shopping mall and kind of like a recreation center. Okay, that's hilarious. I didn't even think that was possible. So, but yeah, I wanted to turn each of these little rooms up here into a shop. And I never did get to that point. You can see I did plan on having fret. Otherwise I wouldn't have added the shield generator in here. And that annoying sound is coming from this room. That's actually pretty loud and I didn't realize it. If you're ever playing with the shield generator mod, put that away from where you want to be spending most of your time, because it's loud and annoying. Oh, I have food on me already. Okay. I can't help it. I'm in this playthrough, so I'm trying to watch resources. Oh, but you wanted to see the resource nodes. So, or you were asking about the resource nodes. So let's, okay, Alt F10. Let's go ahead and we'll find, go to the Earth-like base. There's one right next to the Earth-like base. Okay, good. It didn't kill me. Um, and we'll just hop onto the Kizzo over here and fly over to it. Oh, all the wheels popped on my Easter buggy. That's annoying. This is the Kizzo, and this was named by Zoxter. Zoxter? Yeah, Zoxter. I think I've been saying that wrong. Oh, the battery's set to recharge. I actually really like this little ship. It turned out really well. So this might be... Yeah, this is the wrong resource node. We're going to head up over here and go to the iron node. Sorry for saying your name wrong. I really am. So, these are the resource nodes. This is actually the lowest tier resource node. It's a just a basic static drill, and it is, there we go. It's digging up iron for me. And this is just sending it straight to this refinery, which is then turn off the overlays. Okay. Which is then kicking out iron ingots for me. So if I open this up, you'll see that I've got yeah, I've got 1,700,000 iron ingots sitting here. And I can just fly over, grab some iron, and take it back to my base. I did not set up drones on the Earth-like planet. I should have, but I didn't. But yeah, I just set up these resource nodes like this, and I just get processed ore from them. I don't pick up raw ore from them. The ones in space are much like this, except they're not using wind turbines. They're using solar panels. Nice little setup. Since I'm in creative, let's just make it daytime. Actually see it. Yeah, let's get you a better view of the resource, the drill. The drill's actually kind of nice. I did a short video on the resource nodes because I actually really like how they work. Ooh, actually, did they? Can I now? I think they fixed. Yes, this access port works again. Makes me so happy. There's no point in having this upstairs if this access port didn't work, and this access port right here was broken for, I don't know, a year. It just quit working after one of their updates. But yeah, I love this resource node. It's really nice for solo playthroughs when you don't have a lot of time. Oh yeah, I love that. That is a beautiful feature. And I'm really glad that they basically took away the need for a programmable block. It was almost impossible to set up anything really good without the programmable block before this AI update. Yeah, it could be, but I personally, I love that script. It works so well. I'm going to be happy to not use it, but it was a brilliant script. Yeah, this little fence I put out here just so I could. This was here so I could hunt wolves. They would spawn, try to run at me, and they couldn't reach me, so I could shoot them. Because I'm working with the Eat, Drink, Sleep, Repeat mod, I needed a way to hunt some food. Um, there's a good mode. Zoxter says there's a good mode for big containers storage. Um, what mode are you talking about? I think I'm missing something there. And yes, the event controller adding the ability to manage the power like that is beautiful. Yeah, last time I was at this base was during Christmas. It's a small base. It's a very small base. But it's got the essentials. I've got a nice little bedroom here. And again, I love the modern beds V2. Got a nice bed in this bedroom. Got a nice little kitchen area for cooking my food. The medical bay. just got a couple of batteries on it because those batteries are going to last forever. You don't think this is a small base? It's only got one large cargo container. It doesn't have much to it. It's got a refinery. It's got an assembler. Got a med station. But it's only got one large cargo container. This is really just, this building is just built around housing the basics of survival on here. And then it's probably twice as wide as it needs to be able to fit some basic accommodations in it. Because over here I had to have the stuff to grow the stuff for the eat, drink, sleep, repeat mod. So yeah, it's really just, if you split it right there in the middle, that's the production side, that's the accommodation side. It's really just a warehouse built around the facility rather than building the facilities outside. The base that I have on the asteroid, now that's a big base. But I don't see this one as big. Of course, that's probably why my ships induce lag, because my ships are my definition of small. And yes, I'm one of those people who just likes to sit and watch the sun set. So I had to have chairs here. Actually, that's one of the things that I've seen on the Steam. Yeah, it's not really all that spacious in here once we get in. I mean, I'm using all 9 of these programmable blocks, one of these timer blocks. I think just about everybody does this for the programmable blocks. Federal Industrial? Are you talking about the Heavy Industry DLC? Or is that another mod that I'm not aware of? Yeah, I don't think my build is all that not compact, though. I mean, I have room to walk around, but that's about it. No. Okay, then... Curious, what is Federal Industrial? I guess it is a big building. But yeah, we probably have a different definition of small. I like to build things spacious and comfortable. I think my son just fell asleep in the chair behind me. No, you look like you're about to. That's what I just said. You look like you're about to nap. Right, well, I'm going to close out of here. Sure, I'll save it. Why not? It's already got several backup saves anyways. I was playing with the AI blocks on here. Oh, I agree. Yeah. Staying awake is hard sometimes. I find it amazing with the new AI blocks. It's so easy to create a companion that will follow you. Where am I at? Oh, over there. Ignore the graveyard over there. The only problem I've seen with this is, I threw this together in like 5 minutes, so forgive that it's ugly. I don't think a nice hammock in the yard and taking a nap would be good right now. Only because it's cold outside. And looks like it might be damp off and on. It was hailing earlier. So it was sleet. Yeah, no, not a good time for a hammock in the yard. There was sleet outside earlier, so no. But I remember there's several things on the workshop for using programmable blocks to make these things that just follow you. And now it's just so easy. This is basically just a few thrusters and a medium cargo container with 2 blocks. The remote control block is only there so that I can access the controls when I'm not next to it. Yeah, it just follows me around, and it's a medium cargo container. I'm probably going to build one of these in my survival guide series just because it's so much easier to transport things when you have no inventory. And it'll just follow you up to wherever you're working with a bunch of resources in it. Which is just nice. Yes, the original of this thing had a turret up top. But I decided to put the O2 generator up there because in my survival guide series, it's going to be much more beneficial to be able to come over here and throw my hydrogen bottle right into the O2 generator and fill it up while I'm working. I actually thought about just building a drone that was a survival kit, an O2 generator, and a medium cargo container, because the survival kit will be able to recharge my suit. But I don't know, because getting enough power into it for that to be beneficial would probably just make it too large and cumbersome. The only problem is, to make this work, you need to turn off collision avoidance, which means it will just run into everything. So it's gonna just smash into the back end of the ship trying to get to me. Otherwise, it winds up floating too high off the ground. Come in here and I'll come in and I'll make this flight mode, collision avoidance on off. So if we turn on collision avoidance, you're going to see it's going to shoot up in the air. It's trying to not collide with the ground. Oh, now it's going to make a liar out of me. That was the problem I was having with it, though, is once it was away from the ground, get it up in the air. Make sure that collision avoidance is on. Alright. Now, I don't think it'll come back down to the ground. I think it'll get confused and try to stay away from the ground because it doesn't want to get close to the ground. Yeah, you can see it's struggling now because it's trying to get down to the ground, but it's trying to stay away from the ground at the same time. Which makes it really hard to be useful because it keeps floating out of range. So yeah, it's there's a few bugs with it. It'd be nice if the collision avoidance would take its cue from the setting of avoid ground. Because if we come in and we look at the AI flight block, I've got my min altitude. So if I set it to min altitude of like 5 meters or 1 meter or whatever, it'd be nice if the collision avoidance would use this number for avoiding collisions. But that doesn't work that way, which is a shame. Because it'd be really nice if it just would work and not get confused. But if I set this to be like 1 meter, it just will never get there. Let's make it 2 meters. It wants to come down to 2 meters, but it starts to get confused. Oh, wow. Now that's straight. I've never seen it do that with collision avoidance on. Did they push out a patch and fix that? So, yeah, I mean, it's unreliable at this point without collision avoidance turned off, at least in this use case. Which is a shame. I do like the stop, follow, and follow me. Very nice. However, I did notice that once you set it to a beacon, every time you tell it to mark a new location as its home, because I wanted to be able to set this to set a new home and then have it roam around that new home location, because you have the option in the block. I was messing with this last night. You come into the AI basic, you can tell it to follow home, and you can tell it set current position. But now you're going to see it, I think. Did it actually? No. Okay, yesterday when I set home, it set the home right back at the beacon it had been set to. Now it actually set the home where it was supposed to. Okay, so yeah, it's unreliable, which I don't get. But yeah, I was messing with this stuff, and I have to let my dog out. Well, that's annoying. It's making a liar of me. I mean, you can see the point right there. Just creating that point. Oh, I guess you can't see them. Where is... See, now it's showing those points over there where it should have, but yesterday it was putting them right on top of that beacon. Huh. Weird. Really weird. I did just tell it to follow me, and it doesn't seem to be following me. So I think telling it to stay home and telling it to follow player are going to be... Yeah, it's strange behavior. It's a little weird. I'm just going to have to figure out how all of that stuff works and why it doesn't seem to work as intuitively. I should be able to hit follow me, and maybe I got to do a timer block to change it to autopilot and then tell it to set home. Or tell it to follow home and set current location. Now it's having a hard time getting down to the ground again. That's weird. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great, but I think it needs a little bit of work still. And I think I'm going to have to play with it and figure out what's messing up. Because I'm sure it's user error, at least to a good portion of it. Yes, Jade. Why are you taking a blanket? Because you're wearing a skirt. Have fun. I was going to ask why you're taking a blanket, but then I noticed you're wearing a skirt. That's probably why. Oh, you want to sit on... Where are you going? To the park. Have fun at the park. Okay. Okay. Love you. Why is your bag under your jacket? Okay. Have fun. Teenagers. She's going out with her boyfriend. Okay. This ship over here, Hector, I forgot that I'd seen this on the blueprint, on the workshop. I don't know who designed this, but I love it. It's a beautiful cargo hauler. So, anyways, I think that's going to have to be it for me. I've been streaming for 3 hours, and I have some chores I have to get done around the house. So, thank you for joining me, and Zoxter, it's really good to see that you're still around. And it was nice to meet you, Witchy Wish. I hope you'll join me for more streams. All right, you guys have a good one, and